Hello and welcome everybody to Game 3 of viOLet versus Artist from the ZOTAC Cup. Spawning in the bottom right position, as the red Zerg we have viOLet. His opponent spawning in the top right position as the blue Terran. Playing from Team Rain we have Artist. Now, as I said, we are currently in Game 3 of a best of 3. That means we are currently tied 1-1. viOLet taking Game 1, Artist taking Game 2. It is all going to come down to this third and final match. The winner of this match will be advancing on to the final match. And GSL Crevasse, I feel like, is a good map here to have Game 3 on, just because it's a pretty balanced map. I usually find that this map doesn't particularly favor either player. It can favor, in certain positions, it can spawn, you can spawn a little bit with trickier drops, things like that. In this case, Artist's natural expansion, which is, of course, within his main expansion, can be a little susceptible to the Mutalisks of viOLet, just because if you see the positioning of viOLet's natural expansion, viOLet's natural is over here, meaning that, well, it's away from Artist. Whereas Artist's natural expansion is right here, which is right above viOLet's main base as well as viOLet's third base, so it can be a little bit easier to harass here with Mutalisks and drop play, but I don't know if we're going to actually see too much of that. We'll probably see Mutalisks in the late game from viOLet. But Artist, known for going for very standard play. So far in this series, we've seen a lot of standard play from both of these players. viOLet typically going for those early lings, while he techs to banelings, maybe getting some roaches in the early game. In Game 2, I think what actually lost viOLet that entire game was that failed early attack. He went for that very, very early roach ling push where he spent a lot of resources committed to that attack, and Artist held it off beautifully, properly walling off at the front, holding out those roaches with some units, while the siege tanks were in the back dishing the damage, instantly dropping viOLet to about half the food of Artist. viOLet is going to have to try a little something different if he's going to want to be able to win here in Game 2. And oh no, looks like this Overlord is actually caught a little bit out of position there, and this Marine is going to be able to pick off that Overlord. Once again, Artist has decided to go for that 1 Rax expand. This is, of course, a very, very safe move. Sometimes on this map, you'll even see players go for no Rax and just going straight for a supply depot into that command center. And oh my god, I think, yeah, that Overlord is going to actually go down. Natural expansion now coming up here for viOLet. In the main, we do currently see 1 Queen is on the way. Spawning pool soon going to be researching that metabolic boost, and now viOLet pulling guys off of gas. Now just going to be continuing to get up lots and lots of drones. Keep in mind that on this particular version of the map, this Vespene Geyser is a normal Vespene Geyser, not a rich Vespene Geyser, and there is only one of them. These mineral fields have the full 1,500 minerals, but there are only 6 patches of them here at this base. Same is going to apply to Artist, of course, as well. In this version of the map, the rich Vespene Geyser is out here in the middle of the map. There are certain versions of the map where this is actually a rich Vespene Geyser here, and I can't remember whether these are 1,000 minerals per patch rather than the usual 1,500 on some versions of the map where this is a rich Vespene Geyser. I can't actually recall, but in this version of the map, the rich Vespene Geyser is out here in the middle of the map, exposed to the middle, so there are quite a few half expansions on this map, if you will. Now, viOLet getting up lots and lots more drones. If we check out that harvester count right now, we can see that viOLet is currently up 24 to 22. Not too big of a lead, but holy cow. Looks like Artist is going to be going for a very, very, very super fast third command center. We are not even at the 6-minute mark yet, and that command center has already been thrown down by Artist. Going to be going for a very, very early economy, and I think that's okay. That's not too bad, just because this, of course, doesn't really count as a full expansion here, but because it's within the main, it's not too hard to defend. A couple of missile turrets here will prevent those Mutalisks from dealing too much damage that I was talking about, and if you take this expansion down here, you can just get up a couple of bunkers, a couple of siege tanks, and be very, very safe out in the middle of the map. But holy cow, we see a lot of Zerglings now moving across the map here for viOLet. I don't know about this. This is a really, really narrow choke to have to force yourself through on this map. Currently, lots and lots of Zerglings now streaming across the map. Banelings now being created here. Looks like 10 Banelings actually being produced here by viOLet right now. And that is actually, he's not producing any workers at all right now. He is really relying on this attack to do a lot of damage. And I really don't know about this move here from viOLet. This is a really, really narrow choke to have to go through. There are currently 4 Hellions up. Holy cow, Baneling smashing through all those supply depots, and now all the Zerglings now streaming into the map. Oh no, this is doing so much damage right now. If these Hellions are controlled well, though, I think Artist is going to be able to clean this up. Looks like lots of Hellions going down, and oh no, another one gets picked off. So many Zerglings actually in the main right now. This could actually be GG. viOLet continuing to stream in with more Zerglings. 20 Zerglings currently on the way, trying to make it into the map. So many workers going down right now for Artist. Hellions are now out on the field. 2 more Hellions are currently up. Zerglings trying to do as much damage as they can, trying to pick off those Hellions. More Zerglings continue streaming the map. This could end the game right now. So many workers being taken down by viOLet right now. 14 workers killed so far. viOLet trying to do all the damage he can. He does spot that command center, so he knows that that third is coming down, but more Zerglings continuing to stream across the map. Now moving in. Looks like they are going to be going straight for that natural within the base, and now with these Zerglings taking out more Hellions, more damage being dealt. Is Artist going to GG here? He's so low on workers now, and more Hellions are more Lings are continuing to swarm into the base right now. More Lings going to be picking off more workers right now. Natural expansion taking a lot of damage, and holy cow, I think viOLet might take this game right here, right now. SCVs coming in right now to try to deal some damage. These Hellions actually doing quite a bit of damage right now, and Marines now out on the field right now, trying to engage these Zerglings, trying to clean them up, and oh, viOLet kind of pulling himself there into that back corner. Not the best move there by viOLet, and holy cow, all those workers are so low in health. These Zerglings need to get into the fray if they want to get in here and defend this base, and oh, is Artist actually going to get the wall off? Yes, he does actually manage to get that wall off, but oh my goodness, he is down to 26 food to the 44 food of viOLet right now. 23 workers killed in total, and it looks like viOLet's going to continue to go for this attack right now. More Banelings being produced. viOLet knows if he just survives all of this damage, then he's going to be able to do okay, because viOLet, notice he has very, very low on workers right now. He's really fully committing to this attack. More Banelings coming in right now, going to be focusing down that factory, and the factory survives. Oh no, the factory manages to survive. So many SCVs here repairing it. It is going to get right up to full health very, very shortly here. Now viOLet just going to be pulling back right now, which, I don't know, I think it's a wise move for viOLet, but I don't know. He's not that ahead in Harvesters, 23 Harvesters to 18. I think if all of these Zerglings out at the front of the base, if those had all been drones, viOLet would be so far ahead right now. But Artist actually now getting quite a good Hellion number up right now, and all that viOLet has to defend right now is Zerglings, so these Hellions could actually end up doing a lot of damage here for Artist, but Artist may have actually stabilized here. Looks like viOLet's not looking to do any more damage. Looks like he does have some Zerglings here that are going to be picked up. He does spot the big Hellion count here from Artist, and he's most likely going to be throwing down some Spine Crawlers here to be able to defend that. I think he's going to need to, because this Hellion count is actually really, really high. Oh, looks like he might go for a big counterattack here, but oh no, there is a hole in that wall as viOLet manages to get in with all these Zerglings, losing a lot of Zerglings here, splitting up some of these Zerglings to the natural, some to the main. Going to start to pick off a few more workers here, but it looks like the Hellions have been pulled back in time to be able to deal with them. And in the natural, those Zerglings are going to be picked off right now. If we check out the units lost tab, viOLet has now passed up the units lost by Artist right now. They were about even earlier, but after all those Banelings smashed into this factory and the factory did not go down, now Artist is actually in a pretty good position right now, despite being behind in Harvesters right now. 38, oh, holy cow, 43 Harvesters to the 23 of viOLet, or of Artist rather, so viOLet's actually getting quite a few Harvesters up, but no third yet going down here. We do see a Roach Warren now coming up for viOLet. He is worried about all these Hellions that are currently out on the map right now. Looks like Artist is going to be trying to get a little bit aggressive. We do see that he's now going to be producing a few more barracks. We do currently see 3 barracks out on the field. 1 starport now coming up. We do have a factory with attached siege tanks. God. With attached tech lab for researching siege tank for his... Oh my god, I cannot... Alright, I can do this. I promise, I can do this. We currently have a factory with a tech lab researching siege mode for his siege tanks. There we go. That is what I meant to say from the beginning. This is what I get for casting games at 9 in the morning, just when I wake up. I cannot talk at all. My voice sounds oh so sexy with morning voice. And now, viOLet not looking like he is in the best of shape right now. We do have a Spire currently on the way, but man, I don't know. This is kind of a late Spire. We're at the 14-minute mark almost. There's no third yet. viOLet just now starting his third base, and that Spire is not currently up. This late of a Spire is normal if you go for that late Spire tech with lots and lots of early Zergling upgrades. That's when we see a Spire going down this late. We see double evolution chambers go up so that these Zerglings have lots of upgrades so that they can last into the mid-game with just Zerglings, maybe with Infestors, and that's when you see this late of a Spire. But this Spire is so late considering that these Zerglings have no upgrades at all right now. All of these units are currently upgraded. Lots of roaches actually moving across the map right now. Looks like viOLet might try to do some damage of his own. Needs to take center map control as these Hellions could slip around all of these forces and deal some serious damage if he is not careful. Double factory now currently up in the base of Artist. Looks like he's going to be going into double siege tank production as he takes his third base. Bunkers now going down at the third as well. Lots of bunkers going down. Artist wanting to play it very, very safe. Wants to establish that third base and be very, very strong on that third one. Viking now currently out on the field, gonna try to pick off some overlords, but viOLet hasn't currently been spreading out a whole lot of overlords. His overlord spread is not that good right now, which is actually going to end up being very good for viOLet, as now that that Viking is out on the field, it's going to be kind of ineffective, as it's not going to really be able to pick off too much. As you can see, this Viking moving around the map, trying to find some overlords to pick off, but he's not going to find any at all because, well, viOLet just hasn't put him out there. Now, in the base of Artist right now, we do currently see Combat Shield coming down for those Marines. We do see Stim is done right now. Siege Mode is done as well. Siege Tanks now being produced by the double for Artist. Ooh, currently supply blocking himself. But he is ahead in food right now of viOLet. 130 food to the 16 food of viOLet. Looks like that Viking is now out, but oh my god, the Mutalisk count for viOLet now getting very, very high. And just as I thought, he's now going to go poke into this natural expansion. There is a good number of Marines here. I think they are going to be able to take out some of these Mutalisks, but these Mutalisk numbers are really, really high right now, and they are going to be able to clean up those Marines and start to take out some of those workers, and Artist is going to lose more and more workers to these forces. 31 workers killed so far for viOLet, so he's in a good spot, but the Marines now pulling back, going to be able to deny these Mutalisks from doing too much damage, but they are just going to be pushing up into the main right now. No cannons here down yet. Missile turret going up right now here. Looks like he's going to start to pick that off, and will that turret finish? No, the turret does not finish, and viOLet managed to get a few more worker kills, but I don't know. viOLet needs to really hold his opponent back with these Mutalisks. He really needs these Mutalisks to stay alive, because what he really wants is he wants to constantly put pressure on with these Mutalisks so that Artist doesn't get the chance to move out while he drones up this natural expansion, and so that he can get lots and lots of economy. I would even be taking a fourth base right now if I was viOLet. He really, really needs to get a fourth base going here very soon, but no, it looks like he's actually producing a lot of Banelings, so he might actually just go for a big attack here very soon. I think that would actually be quite a mistake, as viOLet really needs to get back in econ. He needs to get up ahead of the food supply of Artist right now, and he needs to get into a very strong position. As we can see, Artist now moving out with lots of Hellions, lots of Marines, and lots of Siege Tanks, as he's currently unloading all of his bunkers, moving in with everything he has got, and this is going to be a very scary army to deal with. Oh no, and Artist with a little bit of an early stim there. I think a little bit too early of a stim, to be honest, but the Ling Roach Baneling Muta count is pretty high right now. I actually don't know who is going to win this fight right now. Artist is currently up in the food count, 170 food to the 160 of viOLet. viOLet trying to get a good feel of his opponent. Oh no, he's going to swing around, maybe even go for a bit of a counterattack here. Mutalisk trying to find out exactly where his opponent's army is, and ooh, he might be able to pick off a siege tank. Does a little bit of damage there, loses one Mutalisk, and now just going to be pulling back right now. Trying to find a good angle of attack, needs to be very careful. Does not want to fight through any narrow chokes like this where all the siege tanks are, where all those Lings and Banelings will just get decimated, and Artist continuing to push forward very aggressively. 190 food to the 157 of viOLet. If we check out the harvester count is still very, very even, so these players have a very even economy, which is of course not what a Zerg wants. A Zerg wants a lot of excess excess economy to be able to macro up lots and lots more units than his opponent, because Zerg units tend to not be quite as cost effective as Terran units do tend to be. And ooh, looks like Artist stimming forward with a small group of Hellions and Marines, moving forward trying to deal some damage here, and viOLet trying to take down these destructible rocks so that he can get a better surround on his opponent. Needs to create as many possible attack paths as he can. Artist moving forward, and he is now maxing out with lots of units. That is going to be very, very scary. These Marines are currently 1-0 in upgrades. These siege tanks are currently 0-0 in upgrade. Terran infantry armor is currently on the way. More and more siege tanks are being produced. Medevacs currently on the way right now as well. So it looks like he's going to be moving forward with a very, very large force. Missile turrets going down all over the place. That is a brilliant move by Artist. Doesn't want to allow any kind of big counterattacks here from viOLet, and viOLet needs to just macro up as many forces as he can right now and hold back for as long as he can. These Mutalisks trying to engage these Marines, but holy cow, Marines are so good, taking these Mutalisks down quite a bit. And oh no, more Mutalisks going down here for viOLet. And oh, this third is now being taken out very quickly, as now all the Lings and Banelings now moving in, gonna try to deal some damage at the front as all the Lings and Banelings and Roaches move in from the back. And here comes the final engagement as all these siege tanks are shelling out these units so quickly, and it looks like viOLet is actually gonna be able to clean up this attack. But how much will he have lost? He lost so many units in that exchange right now. He's only got a few Mutalisks left, and oh no, reinforcements from Artist are now coming in, and holy cow, are there a lot of reinforcements from Artist, as he is now moving in with siege tanks, Marines, and he is now sieging up in position to siege that third, and so much damage being dealt right now, pulling back to these Marines. Mutalisks moving in, and oh no, these Mutalisks are going to go down so fast to those Marines. Those Marines with those 1-1 upgrades are going to be able to take out so many Mutalisks, and the GG from viOLet. Artist takes game 3, meaning that Artist has taken the series 2-1. Beautiful play there by Artist. Beautiful, beautiful push there. And yeah, I think viOLet just did a lot of damage in that early game, but he didn't follow it up as best as he could have. I think he really should have followed up with much more economy-based play. Should have gone for lots and lots of expansions, lots and lots of drones, but instead he kind of tried to force that attack a little bit too strong, and Artist was able to take that third, secure that third, and bounce back with that big economy. So well played game there by Artist. I hope you guys enjoyed that best of 3. If you did, please comment down below. Please subscribe. Please let me know what I can do to make these casts better for you guys. And that's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks so much for watching. GG! Glitch.